Yo, what is up, my Foxy family? Welcome back. Today, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Helldivers and why it is just actually complete dog water, especially in its current state. However, before we kind of jump into that, I do have several things I want to address. If you really don't give a shit and you didn't see last week's video, skip to this time code. If you don't give a shit, but you did see last week's video, skip to this time code. The reason why is because this video isn't really a part 2 as I said it was going to be, but more like a remaster of that initial video. So the first chunk of this video is just last week's video, and then the rest of it is going to be more so my actual thoughts and everything that is going to be part 2. However, before we kind of get into the video, I do want to address this. This video way blew up, way beyond what I expected it to. And because of that, it hit an audience I didn't really expect to hit. For a lot of people who are coming into this brand spanking new, I am loud, I'm obnoxious, and I'm very, very vulgar. I know a lot of people don't like that. I can tell by several comments that were in the last video. So, if you don't like people who get very loud and spontaneous and scream a lot, this ain't the channel for you. Go somewhere else. This video is very much from my perspective with my biases and my personality. I'm ranting. I'm allowed to fucking rant. I love to rant. I love to scream. I love to get pissed off, especially because the game in its current state is god-awful and it needs to do better. But you guys will hear about that more when we get into the actual video. I just want to make the ground rules clear that this is who I am. Get used to it. Or don't and leave the video. I don't really care. One last thing before I, let you off the leash and you could jump right into this video. I'm going to address some common criticisms that idiots liked to drop in the comment section of last week's video. Argument number 1. I'm having fun, so shut up. If you say anything along the lines of,
well, I'm having fun.
Or,
I think the game is fun and enjoyable.
Or,
the game's really fun when you got someone not bitching your ear about it.
You can go kill you. I don't care about this argument. It's fucking stupid and you're an idiot. What else do you want me to say? Well, I'm having fun, so your criticism's invalid. No, it's not. All because you're having fun rolling a turd down the street doesn't mean it's sanitary to roll a turd down the street. I can criticize something and it can still be fun. However, it still has a multitude of problems that need to be addressed ASAP. Argument number 2, just play another game. How about you suck my fucking nuts, bitch?
How about a nice big cup of shut the fuck up?
If I wanted to play another game, I would. It's not fucking hard. I have Steam installed. I can just do it. However, I like Helldivers. So I'm going to play and then criticize Arrowhead. You fucking nitwit. And the last argument I saw that really just irked the shit out of me is just the glorious, it is balanced. You're just bad at the game. Come closer. No, come close. You can trust me. Come closer. Come closer. Come on. I got something to tell you, little buddy. I got something to tell you. Fuck you, you goddamn idiot. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. You're just fucking wrong.
Game's balanced. Game's balanced. It is. You're just bad at the game.
All of the gameplay footage you're seeing behind me, again, it is my footage. I'm playing on level 10 difficulty. It's not hard. In fact, actually, that's kind of the problem. It's too easy half the goddamn time. Half the time, I run a meta as fuck loadout because the other loadouts in the game are cheeks. So I use whatever works best. I go in, I clear it out super fucking easily. There's no repercussions to dying. It's boring. It sucks. With that being said, if you have a criticism to make against me or my character that doesn't fall into one of these 3, please do. I love engaging with people in comments, especially when they disagree with me and having a nice friendly debate or discussion. If you have something of meaningful discussion, please drop in the comments below, whether or not you agree with me. I'd love to talk about it. With that being said, let's go ahead and just get into the video. I've kept you guys way too long now. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Yo, what is up, my Foxy family? Welcome to another rant video. Today's video is going to be discussing Helldivers, a game that I fucking love. Well, I don't know about love. I used to love it, but now it's just fucking dog shit. And it's 110% because the people who created it and are currently running it are some of the fucking biggest idiots in the industry. This video, when I initially made it, was going to 100% be in good faith towards the people who make this game. I was going to come at Arrowhead, the actual studio and developers of Helldivers and Helldivers 2, with 100% confidence that, hey, you guys can do it. You guys can fix this game. You guys can fix the multitude of fucking issues that this game currently has. And not only that, I believe that you guys have the potential to be really transparent and awesome with your community. You guys can do it. But in light of recent events and the game's current state and how fucking dog shit its balancing is from anyone's point of view, it is more obvious than ever that Arrowhead is just incompetent in every regard. Arrowhead needs to immediately lose the license to Helldivers 2 if they cannot get their act together. And I'm sick and tired of it. By the way, off camera, I went ahead and adjusted my camera settings. I noticed that there was some screen tearing, so I do apologize. I also apologize for how disgusting I look. I just got off work, so bear with me for right now. Now, for anyone who's unfamiliar with Helldivers and anything about it, I'm going to quickly run down just a general idea of what this game is. As you can see on screen behind me, it's a third-person shooter, co-op horde mode kind of game. It's a cool little game that kind of lets you simulate playing as, like, for example, like a colonial marine, or like an ODST, or like a Starship Trooper. A lot of this, like, overly militarized sci-fi, go shoot alien-esque shit. That's kind of the idea of this game. And when it launched, it was phenomenal, blew up, was huge. It was immediately a massive seller. It even got Game of the Year, which was pretty rad. However, slowly there started to be some problems. A lot of balancing issues. For some bizarre reason, Arrowhead has this like fucked philosophy when it comes to balancing, where like the player just always needs to suck. I don't know where they got that philosophy from. Whoever came up with it just needs to get immediately hit with a hammer, like just above their head. Yeah! If that wasn't funny, let me know in the comments below. I thought it was humorous. So what they'll do is they'll add in some like new enemy type that's completely fucking broken and super hard to take down, and it's just a fucking annoying ass. And then what they'll do alongside that is they'll make everything in the game that can help you take down that enemy just worse. They'll make guns run worse. They'll make every fucking goddamn equipable stratagem worse. They'll make boosters fucking worthless, which don't worry, they already are. The point that I'm trying to make is that Arrowhead has a history of just making the game worse and worse by making the balancing more and more fucked each update. Let's keep in mind, this is the same fucking studio that took them like almost a full 2 years to just fix basic fucking problems in their goddamn game's coding. Let's also not forget the fucking PlayStation goddamn link catastrophe. Holy fuck! What the hell? And for anyone who wants to immediately go and glaze fucking Helldivers and Arrowhead and be like,
No, guys, you don't understand. It was all 100% Sony. Arrowhead did not want it. Arrowhead, please fuck me. Please, I submit.
This was one of their community managers in their fucking Discord playing goddamn suck the cock of fucking PlayStation. And don't get me wrong, this person was rightfully, thank God, fired for this shit. And they gave us a cool cape, so everyone was like, oh, cool, hell yeah, they must be fucking listening. But then the next goddamn few updates, all they ever fucking do is make the game goddamn worse. I know I'm getting really heated, and it's because I fucking love Helldivers 2. This is a game that means so much to me because it's a AA studio that jumped into the live service market and was one of the first ones to do it right. Initially, but as it goes on, the worse it gets, and the communication that they once had is slowly dwindling. I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. And then, of course, they have this big fucking drama that happened recently. For anyone who doesn't know, there was this guy who basically said, hey, Arrowhead, I bet you guys $1,000 that you cannot beat a level 10 mission, which is the hardest difficulty in the game, by the way, on this planet. And Arrowhead's response was to play one game on level 7 difficulty, in which all they said was, yeah, there's a gun that needs to get reworked. And then, as soon as that happened, the shithole fucks that are in this goddamn community that do nothing but glaze this studio had the fucking gall to destroy this man's life. For anyone who doesn't know, that $1,000 mentioned earlier was for charity. This guy got doxxed, he lost everything, he lost his fucking job, he lost all of this shit. Keep in mind, he was working on a horse sanctuary. All he wanted to do was have some lighthearted fun with the goddamn devs because they themselves cannot goddamn comprehend that they're a fucking video game studio. And what makes this even worse, what boils my fucking blood, is Arrowhead responded. You wanna know what they had to say? We are tracking the situation currently unfolding surrounding the Dev D10 challenge, which started on Reddit. Due to the frickin' increasing hostility in the community, we need to address it directly with all of you. We do not tolerate threats of violence, harassment, or doxing toward anyone, players, creators, developers, or moderators, or our team, in any community spaces. While we frickin' understand that r/Helldivers is a community-owned and operated subreddit, it should be a safe and welcoming place for all frickin' people to voice their own opinions and frustrations in a productive and frickin' respectful way. This kind of frickin' toxic behavior is unacceptable and not something we'll ever frickin' condone. We are continuing to monitor and review the situation internally with our external partners. But in the meantime, we are asking our players to practice kindness and respect towards one another. Humans are not the enemy, Helldivers. Your fight is elsewhere. This part is gonna be me very biased. So please understand that this is me at my most angry. This is not a good representation of me or my character. Arrowhead, you guys fucking suck! You fucking spineless bitches! Oh my fucking god! Hey guys, don't fight. That's ridiculous. That's all you had to say? That's all you had to fucking say? This was 4 days ago. I've given them 4 days. They have done fuck all since then. This is what I'm talking about. They'll sit around and they'll make shitty update after shitty update and push shit that isn't ready and push shit that isn't ready because they don't playtest their fucking game. But no, so it actually gets affected in real life by the community you have put together. Oh, no, guys. It's a community-owned subreddit. Our hands are tied. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Go fuck your own face! I need to calm down. I need to chill out. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'll be right back. What? You're watching a fucking Pertlight video, bro. What the fuck did you expect? To kind of just summarize my overall frustration and rage towards Arrowhead, let me just put it like this. It may not have been their fucking subreddit. However, it is the biggest subreddit dedicated to Helldivers. And on top of that, to respond to the situation where a man actually had his life ruined because of the community that you have cultivated by a shitty fucking LARP is ridiculous and so immature. And then for the CEO's only response, for someone in their own Discord saying, hey, this happened, what's going on? Is to go, yeah. It's so childish. It's absolutely ridiculous that this is a studio that's full of adults. We're not playing make pretend, guys. We're in the real fucking world. It's time to goddamn grow up and do something. There's also been a lot of criticism of Arrowhead towards the fact they don't have a balancing team. And although this response right here is almost fair, where they're more dedicated to trying to fix the game's current engine issues, and then after that they can worry about balancing, there's one fatal fucking flaw with this logic. Why are you then still pushing content? You guys don't have the time to play test it, so it's coming out fucking broken and buggy, and you're having more fucking issues with balancing than you had before. If you guys are having this many fucking problems, and the game is still having performance issues for people, then maybe you should make a fucking team dedicated to balancing. Most people's counterpoint to the whole balancing team argument is that, well, most studios don't have them. And I hear that. I do. This isn't any other fucking studio, though. You guys clearly are not capable of releasing new content right now. If you guys can't even balance it, let alone playtest it. They've also said this, which I think is incredibly cringe and actually backwards, because I guess, you know, game devs are these fucking big-ass crybabies nowadays. My job's hard! Don't be mean to me! I'm an electrician. If I do a shitty wiring job and a whole entire house burns down because of it, you know what happens to me? I get fired. Yet these game devs will bitch and moan when people rightfully criticize their shitty work, and yet they get to keep fucking working all day, every day, as if nothing's changed. I get it. You guys are preoccupied by trying to fix the goddamn engine, but then you need to split up your team and have people dedicated to just changing little fucking numbers in the code around these fucking problems. And that's the thing that's most frustrating. Most of this game's balancing issues, it's a number. It's a number on a fucking Excel sheet. This enemy does this amount of damage. Okay, change that number. This weapon deals this amount of damage. Okay, change that number. This enemy has this spawn rate. Change that number. I'm not exactly a game engineer, but I know how coding works. It is that simple. Don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking it's not. This is what the game desperately needs for its balancing right now. It needs people to go in and just change these fucking numbers and then communicate with the community to figure out, hey, are we doing good? Do you guys want us to change more, less? What's going on? That's all you fucking need. Transparency. In light of this comment made by one of the devs, I kind of want to just kind of take a second because clearly they cannot take basic criticism. At least they can't take it unless you gift wrap it and make it all nice and pretty for them. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I've gotten some of my frustration and anger out of the way, I'm gonna slightly change the tone and atmosphere of this video so that I can just cut this part out and send it directly to them. So originally I was going to cut to a big tangent on all of the things that need balancing in the game. However, Arrowhead released a big patch right after I recorded and edited all that footage. So I want to kind of just address this one patch specifically. And I also want to address the allegation all around that apparently Helldivers has been outsourcing a majority of their content for a while. So first things first, with the new update, Illuminate are a lot of fun. The Illuminate has easily gone from the worst faction in the game to the best overnight. The new strain is so fun. Almost every enemy could be brought down with any weapon you brought, which made it feel so fun to play. I no longer had to use the meta bullshit. I could use whatever the fuck I wanted. If there's a gun in the game that isn't super great because everything else doesn't have fucking light penetration weak spots, I was finally able to use it. The new fire update also helped flamethrowers across the board just feel kind of fun to use. I didn't notice the insane reaction that they were supposed to get, apparently, where they kind of just start looking around and attacking each other or trying to run away from the fire. I didn't see any of that really. However, I did notice really quickly that the fire seemed to stick a little better. And this was just with the base flamethrower. I didn't buy the new war bond. I didn't want to support Arrowhead because of the bullshit recently, so this isn't the default one. It felt fun to use. And keep in mind, we were doing D10 the entire time. I didn't lower the difficulty. Now, I will say that the new Illuminate faction, I think, is a tad too easy. I think the way to help with the new Illuminate subfaction would be mostly just kind of maybe increasing the total number of overseers, maybe just a hair. Maybe you can throw in some vote lists here and there. But other than that, I think they're pretty much perfect. Bugs, there's some things that I kind of want to get into, but for the most part, they feel fine. However, with these two now being fun, it's funny because the bots have instantly overnight become the worst faction in the game. The Illuminate and the automatons switched fucking sides of the goddamn playboard. But I will say, the flamethrower, the minigun, both of those fucking rock now. The only thing I would say with the minigun, it still needs something else to really make it perfect. I like the idea now because of the ammo boost, where it feels more like you're a portable turret. You know, it's pretty neat, and I like that idea of it being a defensive weapon, not an offensive one. That's perfect. My only thing that I would add to the only thing I would really add to really help balance it or change it would be one of two things. Either give it a slight buff to damage, raise it to heavy pen, or give me an extra 250 rounds. Choose one. I don't care. Just choose one and stick to it, goddammit. The next thing I want to get into is about how Arrowhead has apparently been outsourcing 85% of the content in the game. Now, I did a lot of research into this. I think it's been slightly blown out of proportion. Now, I'm not about to glaze Arrowhead for this because I think there's a lot more nuance to why it's stupid and bad for Arrowhead to be doing this. See, if this game was in a much better state, I actually wouldn't mind them doing this completely. You see, a lot of these studios that they worked with were not entirely involved in 100% of all content that was released during those drops. I want to go ahead and re-record this segment because the way I described it was kind of stupid sounding. What I really meant to say was that it is not entirely a problem that Arrowhead decided to outsource very specific projects to other companies that are hyper specifically good at doing these things. For example, Arrowhead contacted this company to do all of this armor. Yeah, that does sound kind of bad on paper, don't get me wrong. My problem with this is if this company absolutely excels in making concept art and doing some modeling work, I don't think it's entirely a problem that you outsource it to them. My problem with this is hyper specifically, one, the amount of content that is currently being included in the game that is outsourced. Two, how much of that content that is being outsourced coming into the game broken. And three, more importantly, the fact we're still getting content when we need to stop doing that and fix the goddamn game in its current state, Arrowhead, please? I don't mind them outsourcing content. That is one thing that doesn't bother me entirely because there could be good reason for it. For example, they contacted this company right here to specifically work on the voteless enemy type. These are like zombies in the game for anyone who doesn't know. And as such, they have very specific behaviors that need to be coded in that Arrowhead might not have time to work on because they're working on the big Super Hearth update. That's fine. That's fair. The funny thing is, so many of the enemies that were included with the Illuminate drop were so fucking broken. I don't mind you guys outsourcing to people who actually genuinely can do a better job than you at something because they are specifically tailored to doing that type of work. The problem is that with each update, the game gets more and more buggy and broken. And not only does the game get more and more buggy and broken, but they never have the time to fix it because they've already outsourced another massive update to another fucking company. I think that's one of the problems I had with a lot of comments in my last video telling me about the outsourcing problem because a lot of them seem to misunderstand the issue. Obviously, Arrowhead is not just going to these companies and go, make whatever the fuck you want, Junior, have fun. They have parameters that these companies have to meet. Obviously, that's how the real world works. The problem is not the outsourcing. It's everything around the outsourcing that makes it a problem. Arrowhead, stop doing this. I want you guys to 100% stop paying these companies. Stop telling them to do content for you. Let them go for a bit. End the contracts. Go back home and fucking finish making your goddamn cake. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get into what this segment was really about. My ideas for how to balance the game. Wow!
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Alright, let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and break down all of my big updates for this game into these categories. Armors and weapons, stratagems, enemies, and last but not least, new content. The new content section is literally just going to be stuff that the game, I think, needs within the next 2 to 3 months. Obviously, you guys can take your time on this last section, but the other 3, this is stuff you guys can have updated by the end of this next week. Starting with armors and weapons, let's get into it. I'm going to be talking a lot about the war bonds in this section, and I want to make a note very clear to Arrowhead because their philosophy with buffing certain war bonds is kind of backwards sometimes. All because I'm saying to buff certain war bonds doesn't mean to nerf the rest. Don't do that. I want every war bond to be equal. There are going to be some bonds that I mentioned that just throughout the entire thing just completely need buffs across the board. Armor passives, weapons, stratagems, everything. These war bonds are as follows: Cutting Edge, Chemical Agents, Borderline Justice, Master of Ceremony, Force of Law, Control Group, Python Commandos, Kill Zone. Now to be clear, these 3 war bonds right here I know next to little about because I refuse to buy them. So do cut me some slack. So if I don't mention anything from these war bonds, that doesn't mean, oh, it's fine. No, that means you guys need to buff those immediately. It's just so obvious that I don't feel like I need to waste my time specifically going over each thing in those war bonds. Fix everything across the board. Next thing, the armor passive system is very clunky and backwards. Probably about half of the armor passives that are currently in the game are like either hyper niche, weirdly vague and not specific, or just actually worthless. Very simple fixes for a majority of them is just going in and adjusting stats and then also going through and actually telling us what they do. The rock solid passive is so stupidly bad and not helpful for the war bond it's in. But again, I'm not here to be super mean to Arrowhead. I know they can be very sensitive and very emotional. So let's turn it down. Let's get it back into what it needs to be fixed. A good chunk of the weapons in this game need buffs around, so I'm just gonna list off a majority of these and just take a look at them, play with them, and then buff them accordingly. All of these need buffs. Liberator Concussive, Pacifier, 1-2. That's for the rifles. The SMGs, just all around, just remove sway from all of these. It makes no sense. They also just, in general, need way more ammo. It's a smaller gun that uses smaller rounds. You should be able to carry far more ammunition than the rifles. Why am I able to carry more ammo for a rifle than an SMG? That makes no sense. And in general, they just kind of need damage buffs across the board. Moving on to shotguns, Punisher, Slugger, Breaker, and the M90. The M90, get that medium pen. There's no excuse for it to not be medium pen. Stop. In general, actually, the M90 needs to be buffed across the board because you can't customize it. For the special secondaries, I have the Bushwhacker written down because why? Why is this gun even here? It's just not ever used. In general, I think that pistols need a rework to increase accuracy and just in general remove sway. Most of the time, I don't end up using my pistol unless I'm telling myself in my brain to use it. Other than the grenade pistol and the Senator, I don't use these almost ever. So please incentivize us to use it. Increase a lot of these. Just make them better. And for the secondaries that aren't guns, specifically the machete and the hatchet, increase the damage and penetration on these, please. I'm not asking that I should be able to use a machete and single-handedly take down a Vox. That's ridiculous. But if I'm using machete, give me some buffs, man, please. For the throwables, almost all of these just need a rework. It's actually easier to say what doesn't need a rework or a buff compared to what does. So I'm just gonna say the standard frag grenade, thermite, and impact, they're solid. Good job, guys. There's probably like 2 or 3 more that I just haven't gotten to use much that are decent. Let me know in the comments below if you agree. But for the most part, almost all of these, just take a look at them. You know, balance them out a bit better. Moving on to stratagems, ladies and gentlemen. Vehicles across the board need reworked. They are far too weak. Specifically, this guy. What is going on with this? The fact a tank can be killed by light penetration is absolutely insane and in general needs to be rethought. Mech ammo in general either needs an ability to restock it or it just needs far more for the ammo economy. I swear, almost every time I bring a mech into a match, it is so fun to use, and then after one battle, it's gone. It's completely gone. In general, I also think the limbs need more health. It's really cool when I'm in a fight with something and boom, my arm gets shot off. At least the first time it is. The problem is it's almost every battle, one of my arms will just disappear, and now I go from having a terrible ammo economy to having almost no ammo economy. The maxi gun, which is one of the guns that did just get a buff, and I mentioned earlier, it needs one of 3 changes, guys. Either give it an extra 250 rounds, make it a heavy pen, or increase the damage on it. One of these 3 will fix this gun and make it perfect. Just choose one. I don't care which, just choose one of them. Backpack weapons are really bad right now, guys. One of the big things that the community's been asking for like almost over a year now, I think, it's the ability for letting players reload a backpack player's gun without carrying their backpack. Nobody likes to be the backpack bitch. Nobody wants to do it. I remember the first time I played this game and one of my friends told me to grab his backpack and it wasn't fun. It felt horrible. I don't blame my friend. It's a valid way to play, but then I get an entire backpack slot thrown away because of it. That's not fun for me. How's that fun for me? It would make more sense for me to be able to stand behind one of my friends, grab the ammo off his back and reload his gun for him, and boom, we can move on. What also sucks is because of this issue, the supply pack is so ridiculously good. It's actually almost broken. Arrowhead, that does not mean nerf the supply pack. You guys do not need to nerf this to improve this. Just improve this. Keep this the same. Make this match the abilities of this one in terms of just the usability of it. In general, I just think almost every backpack weapon in the game needs a buff for one reason, and that's that you're giving up 2 slots for it. It's not just a 3rd weapon you can carry. You're also getting rid of a backpack slot, which there's some good backpacks in the game. It's crazy to me to think that because I'm carrying this backpack with this big gun, I'm no longer able to use like a supply pack or something that is just objectively better. Or C4. C4 is awesome. It's ridiculous. I can't use that anymore because of it. I'm a little greasy. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little overwhelmed. Also, one last thing for backpacks before we move on to the next thing. Arrowhead, make it one button. The fact that backpack abilities can just be spread across your keyboard or controller is rather silly. Just make it one button. Make it one specific button for all backpacks. And let me know in the comments if you guys agree. That just makes sense to me. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Boosters, fix them immediately. Almost no booster is worth taking except for these 4 that I'm about to mention. And actually, I don't even know if I should mention it, because if you've played Helldivers for more than an hour, you know the boosters I'm gonna mention. Hellpod Space Optimization, Experimental Infusion, Muscle Enhancement, and Vitality Enhancement. There's no reason not to take these specific 4, except for maybe one other one that I actually can't remember off the top of my head right now. But these are gonna be the 4 you should be taking into every match. If you take any other one, you're just crippling yourself and your whole team. Another one that I really want to mention is the medium machine gun. What is the point of this gun? It doesn't have the benefits of being able to move like the stalwart while you're reloading, but it doesn't have heavy pen like the heavy machine gun. So what's the point? One fix that I think would fix this is either let me reload while I'm walking or make it much faster to reload when I'm on the ground. And when I say reloading while walking, I don't mean it has to be as fast as a stalwart. You can make it the same speed that it is now so that it's balanced, you know, it still works. The laser cannon in general, I know it got a buff. This weapon just isn't very good. I think something that would improve it is just a general damage buff. It shouldn't take this long to kill a guy. Just let me do more damage with it. It's just weird. Honestly, several of the orbitals just need reworks in general. Airburst, Walking Barrage, Rail Cannon Strike, Precision Strike, and the EMS are all kind of meh. I don't think these need to have super huge buffs or anything. I just think they need like slight tweaks here and there to make them a little bit more useful. I think a big way to help most of these is just reducing their cooldown time just a hair, just to kind of make it feel like you're able to use them more. And also in general, give us more of them. I think that'd be really helpful. We're in the last chunk here now. Get ready. These 2 factions right here, they could be a lot better. Bugs aren't as bad as bots, but they could do a little bit better. One thing that would really help the bugs work a lot better is giving them 1 reinforcement unit. That's it. I'm even fine if you want to make it these little bastards here. In the current game, you can kind of just ignore these guys and not worry about them, and making them the only unit that can reinforce makes sense. I'd also be fine with Alpha Commanders being able to do it. It just makes sense for their role, you know? Alpha Commanders. They can call in bad guys. Either way, only 1 unit in the game should be able to call in reinforcements, and it needs to be one that we can spot easily. One of the reasons why the Illuminate are in such a good spot right now is that the Watcher, it's so easy to spot it and know which one is the one that's going to call in reinforcements. The only thing that I would change about the Illuminate right now is make these Watchers right here, the new ones, slightly different shape so that I can very quickly and easily tell which one is and which one is. And yeah. One last issue is stims for bugs. This is annoying. Stims in general have this really bizarre issue in its current state where you end up just absolutely abusing them with bugs. I feel like I'm constantly running out every few minutes. It's insane. Now, the way I would fix this is 1, make it so supplies and supply packs fully stock your stims. There's no reason for them not to do that. That's silly. I shouldn't have to be a greedy asshole and take 2 whole supply boxes in order to get full stims. That's obnoxious. I think that's the only way you could probably fix this. Maybe with the bugs, you can spawn more stims naturally on the map. Maybe that would help too. I think this is an issue that just kind of needs to be addressed and fixed by just small little tweaks in how stim systems work. In general, bots are just not fun right now. They're not. The War Strider right now needs Alpha Commander treatment. Remove it from the game. This one needs to be just completely obliterated from the game right now. It's not fun to fight against. All they do is constantly ragdoll you, and then they instant kill you with their bullshit cannon. It's obnoxious. It's not fun to fight against. Remove these guys from the game, rework them, and then you can bring them back. Very simple rework that I would add. Get rid of the big cannons it has, and just make it shoot the grenades. That'd be fine. That, and make the weak spot actually a weak spot. You can put so many rounds from the anti-material rifle into this big eyeball and it just won't kill it. But then for some reason, sometimes it'll kill it one shot. Is the hitbox broken? What's going on with that? Either way, War Strider removed from the game, fix it, get it good to go, and then put it back in. But right now, it just needs to disappear. Please fix the War Strider. When it comes to Incineration Core, remove this guy. just remove him. He's not fun to fight against. He's not distinct enough from the other shield guy you have, Incineration Core. It just sucks and it's not fun. Vox engines were patched recently where there was once way too many and they were ridiculously obnoxious in terms of how broken they were functionality wise. Now there's far too few and I rarely see them. I would like a slight buff to Vox engine counts because to me personally, they're a fun enemy to fight. My problem right now is they're stuck to 2 at a time. I think we can buff it up to 3. If a whole squad of Helldivers is in one area, drop 2 Vox engines. That's fine. If there's 2 out of 4 that are in one area and then the other 2 over here, put 1 Vox engine on both sides. That works. This is how I would balance it better. I don't know if there's a system in the game's code for that right now, but again, if there's not, just make it so it spawns up to 3. That would fix this issue. Other than that, the Voxes, in terms of how they function, they're fine. I think they do enough damage. I don't think they have any other issues. It's just the amount of them. There's too few now. One last issue that I don't know if they patched recently. I heard rumors they might have, but I don't know. So I'm just going to throw this in here. ODST silencers just don't work. It's weird that this was your guys' first stealth war bond, and yet the silencers don't work with bots. What the hell? And, yeah, that's all she really wrote, isn't it? That's a majority of the things that I would definitely change and work around when it comes to balancing. However, I want to make something very, very clear. This is not everything that needs balanced in this game. There's more to it than just this. However, for right now, I think that what I've listed off, everything I've said, is a nice, perfect jumping off point for Arrowhead to really start fixing the game and getting it into a proper state. Something that Arrowhead should do, especially considering that this is the roadmap that they released, which by the way, not a great roadmap, guys. You could do a lot better considering how long it took you to make this, is a very simple once a month stream. Get 4 of the devs who are consistently able to play the game once a month and do a public stream. This is something that would really help not only engage with the community in a really personal and nice way, but it would also really show you guys are committed to keeping this game balanced and like well kept up with. Just a nice simple stream that comes out right after you release a big patch so that we can see how all the balancing works and hear your guys' perspective. Keep chat on, don't disable chat, and when people rightfully criticize you and say, hey, by the way, this gun isn't super well balanced, don't get mad at them. Don't come with some bullshit reason as to why you guys cannot patch it. Just go in and fix it in the next update. With that being said, I've been here long enough. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear all my recommendations in another video. You know, a nice little part 3 to all of this. I guess part 2. I don't know how this works anymore. My brain's melted. It's fucking midnight and I got work in like 6 hours. So I'm cooked, fellas. Really quick, I want to say big thank you to everyone who subscribed and enjoyed the last video. Even the haters who left comments, I appreciate it because I love reading comments, even the stupid ones. You guys are awesome. I love and appreciate you all. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Please feel free to like this video. Tell me if you disagree with my balancing in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Tell me if you agree with my balancing in the comments below. I'd love to hear that too. Dislike the video if you dislike it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my Foxy family. I also want to address the nice, big, juicy, what's it called? Roadmap.
Are you gonna keep that part in?
Well,
Editor, cut that part out.
Cut that out. Anyways, I think I'm gonna keep that. That's funny. I'm gonna re-record all of this. This is horrible.